Okay, it's starting to look a little bit like spring around here in northern Norway, and I have a few projects I want to get done before spring is here and the frost is out of the ground and I have to start the excavation season. And one of those things are, as I mentioned last year when I bought this case mini excavator, that was this S50 connection that are here. It's way too heavy for this little machine. So S50 is for bigger machines than this, 8 tons and up I think. But that means I have to change out this quick connector from S50 to S40. And the other thing we need to do is to take this S50 connection off the bucket and put an S40 on it. I will go get it and you'll see the difference. So here we have the S50 with the S40 inside. So there is a big difference. On the S50 the bolts are 50 millimeters, on the S40 the bolts are 40 millimeters. So I don't know, that's probably why it has its name, but we have to take this whole chunk of metal off and put this one on. So that will be quite some welding and quite some cutting. Bucket is in, ready for welding, and looks like this has been made ready for or have been S40 at one point, because with the S40 you can see the notches there, it fits perfectly. So yeah, maybe it's been, maybe it's don't, who knows. And yeah, now I finally can test my welder. It's supposed to be 220 amps. Let's see if it can cook this together. If not, it's the stick welder that makes this go. Normally I use the stick welder, but I want to test a new one and see if it can handle this. If not, well, I will just stick weld it. So it's nice and easy and sit inside in with the snow weather and everything and just weld a little bit. With a beer, of course. Got a quick coupler welded securely, so this should hold the force that the case have to put on it. But I want to make, you can see I pulled it as far forward as I thought I needed, and I can see on pictures of other buckets they are even further forward. So, but anyways, I want to make a little bit of splash guard. So that was what you saw me cutting right now. I cut it off these ears here, and then I will make a splash guard going like this. That will secure that it won't be tipping so much dirt into the tilt rotator when you are excavating. So there are a few buckets that have like screens going up like this also, but this was nice and easy since the ears was there, and we can make it a little bit stronger right here. So that's the plan. And yeah, it's a mess. So just use it of this. I marked up here where I want the cuts, so I will have a little circle here, or make a bow here like this, and then just cut it straight. So I know I struggled, if you've seen my video, link up there, when I did the tilt rotator build for the Terex. I struggled with the little plasma cutter. I have to cut it off the 10mm steel that was there, but we'll try it again on the table and see how it goes. If not, we have to just get the angle grinder out again. So the big angle grinder, the one I bought for the inside tank, I removed, video link up here. That one was pretty good cutting, but I bought some other cutting discs for it, so that's probably why. But this grinding disc that came with it, it's terrible. It does nothing. That's why I had to change over for the little grinder, because nothing happened. But anyways, we'll just put the cover, the splash guard on here, weld it together, and then we'll install the teeth on this bucket again. And did you see the video of me pulling the teeth off? Link up there. Oh, it was terrible. But now I have the Milwaukee. It has 1600 pounds, foot-newton something of torque. Maybe that one will secure them close enough. If not, I saved my wrench thingy here. So then we will just put the bucket on the excavator and take another excavator and turn the key, something like that. I got a new tooth for it today. I lost one last year when I was removing the teeth. You can see I had only 3, so I bought a new one and some new bolts, and yeah, everything is getting there. Like it's just tickling the steel almost. Something terrible wrong with it, because it's putting hopefully this is more like it. Try again. That works a lot better. Alright. Take 3. Alright, this works. Now I have more light so I can see the line. Awesome. Alright, did the plasma work? Yes, it did. Was it quicker than the angle grinder? Nope, no it wasn't. Did it make a great cut? Mostly. I screwed it up a little bit in the corners, but in the straight edge, it was pretty nice. But strangely enough, after a while I couldn't adjust the wheels further up. And after a while it lost contact with the metal, and I had to take the wheels off and just run it manually. That's there. So it's a difference, but it was fun. It does work, so that's awesome. Now let's see if it fits on the. So even I drew my these ones, they are not the same. This one is a lot not as steep as the one on this side, but who cares? Alright, grinded it off a little bit, so ready for being welded on here, and yeah, shouldn't be any big problems. Don't need to secure it like crazy. It's just a splash guard and a little bit of strength for the top here for a quick coupler. So putting this on, I messed up a little bit, because the plan was to measure so it got in the center, but I forgot totally about it, just started to weld, and yeah, you can see the result now. So I need to cut it right here to make it the same length on both sides, so it doesn't look too stupid. So that's getting the plasma out again, and just cut it off. Alright, that will work a lot better. So I don't think I need to flip it over and do some welding on the underside, because with the ears welded and everything, this will hold forever. Last famous words. So the bucket is still drying, but it's time to get the teeth on. And as I got in the comments when I removed the teeth, I got a lot of comments, and removing the teeth was a challenge. But I got a lot of comments that the problem is when you're removing the teeth and you don't have the plate to put in here and secure with bolts, you're wearing this part out. So the part that the teeth, if you see my new teeth here, you can see this part is machined. So it's perfectly flat almost, and this was perfectly flat before I removed the teeth. So now when I'm putting the teeth back, this is not flat anymore perfectly, and the teeth will not sit perfectly, so there can be a little edge and a little bit wobbly or something like that. I didn't use it much last year, and most of the places I used it was just for removing topsoil, so I don't think it have that much wear. But because of the comments about this, I have been thinking a little bit, and how am I making sure that I'm not losing any teeth? Because the reason I have a new teeth here is because I lost one last year before I removed them, and I had taken care of it, but it was in the stable and they didn't know what it was. They thought it was just a lump of metal and throw it away, so then we had to buy a new one. But what I was thinking was, if I clean this, rust away and everything really good, and just brush it with a little bit of paint, and then secure the teeth to it, the paint will keep it together. Something like when you're installing your CPU on your motherboard, then you use paste in between for making the heat go, and here the paint will be the filler, you can say, something like that. So that was my thought. I think I will try it just in case. So I'll clean this really good, clean the teeth really good, and secure them. And the new teeth will go on this corner. This is the corner you use the most if you are putting something out and something like that. So that's why we're putting it there. And then we can put a little coat of paint on here and just screw them in and secure them. And if we need to tighten them even more, we have to wait until we get the bucket on the machine. Right, you both nothing. Maybe it worked, maybe it don't. So the nice thing about using spray paint is it's just heat and it will let go. So that works as filler. Okay, let's see what this guy can do. Right. There it is. Teeth are back on. I can see I should have put this one on this corner and have the two shorter ones in the middle, but they will be at the same length at some point, so why bother? Probably this one has been this way and this one I flipped around, so that's probably the difference here. But anyways, I think this have probably been a corner tooth. You can see it seems like it's a little bit shorter than the others. But anyways, now it can stand inside and dry until tomorrow with the rest of the paint, and yeah, then we can take it out. It's finished. Next project. So if you've seen my earlier videos, there was one video I gave you the tip. If you're storing paint, store them upside down, because you know you get the hard layer in your paint can when you open it. If you store it upside down, the hard layer will be up here and not here. So if my theory is correct, this will be fresh paint on the top here now, because this is the one I painted the bucket for the Walmart tractor last winter with, or last fall. So it's been standing for 1.5 years. Let's see if my theory is correct. And voila, fresh paint. And if there are something hard, it's down in the bottom. So this is mostly a waste of a roller, but for the fun of it. Yeah, we are not started to paint, and I got paint on myself. Everything like it should be. So what I can fit in the brush here is probably all I need, because we are painting the rest of the bucket. And yeah, the only thing I want to paint with this is the leathers. Like that. So from the factory, this is normally red, but that's not my paint team. That looks a lot nicer. Since we have the paint out. Alright, I think that's enough. It will for sure look good a short time.